Hello and hello and welcome to our ACA member meetup. This is live on the first Tuesday of every month for all ACA crochet members. I'm Salena Baca, founder, host, lead educator at the ACA, and your host today. So whether you're here in the ACA to build your crochet skills, find support in your learning path, or you just want to connect with other people who love yarn and love crochet, hopefully these monthly meetings are going to be for you. So this is going to be a great chance to ask questions, get real-time help, share your progress, your wins, connect with other members on the same path, and even get some behind-the-scenes updates and new resources from the ACA. So how I hope these are going to work, these are all going to be scheduled in the member-only community area. So you guys can always ask questions in advance. You guys can ask questions right here in real time or ask questions on the replay. You can join the live right here. And if you just can't or it doesn't fit with your time zone or your schedule or anything like that, again, you can post questions before time, email me after, or post questions on the replay. And as a recap for last month, because I'm doing these every month, this is only the third month, so it's still kind of brand new. We're still kind of, in the baby phase, crawling around. Last month, the things that I went over was that I introduced Karami. She's one of our ACA instructors. I interviewed her and filmed the interview and put her whole interview on our blog. It was so fun. That's something that I posted. I've been talking nonstop about our new ACA community space. That's where you can find all of the links and the details for chats just like this. And another thing I've talked nonstop about is that I've reorganized all of our ACA courses into 3 tiers. I've been sending nonstop emails about that and talking about it nonstop. So if anybody's confused, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Let me know. You can just reply to any of the emails that I've sent, or you can comment anywhere you're able to comment that you think will be able to see it. I would love to answer all of your questions. So there are 2 things on my agenda today, and then I want to hop into just having fun and chatting. So the 2 things that I wanted to mention today, the first thing is that in your ACA crochet membership, of course, we have tons of resources like the Learn How to Crochet resource, and there's also the learning path. And so, and this is something that I mentioned last time, and I even gave some books away to Amanda last time, but I do have a brand new resource, a brand new book that I've just published. It's called Crochet Now. It's available anywhere books are sold. So if you're looking for a tangible resource to go in tandem with any of those Learn to Crochet resources as you're guiding yourself to learn to crochet, or maybe you want to teach someone else to crochet, definitely check out that resource, because all of the lessons and the tutorials go hand in hand with those ACA courses. So again, not only is it an excellent tangible resource for you, but if you want to teach others, or if you just want something as a quick guide, that's what I built it for. Okay, one more thing that I want to share. One more thing. ACA certificates. So whenever you go through the lessons and the courses, most of the lessons and courses do give you a certificate of completion whenever you complete them. And I just want to make sure everyone has an opportunity to share those as soon as they get them. I don't want anyone to think that that is just for you and no one wants to see that. That is not the case. Those are for you, but everyone wants to see them, including me. So you are welcome to share those certificate selfies no matter when you get them. Even if you got it years ago, you're welcome to share those on our social platforms, including our Facebook community group, just because it's easy to share in there, right? If you're not comfortable sharing there, if you're not there, you're welcome to email me directly, and we can talk about the places you would like me to share that. For example, I love sharing things in our newsletters, and I love sharing things on our social platforms like our free online Facebook community. So definitely keep us posted on those, because I want to see those wins. I love seeing those pictures. So keep me posted. Okay, So now that I've chatted, I've done my little chat, my little spiel. I see that a few of you are here today. So something that I would love to do is I would love to go to everyone individually. I want to hear from you if you're comfortable being on camera. If you're not, I mean, this is a small group, you know, we can kind of pretend like we're in my living room. If you want to be on camera, we're just going to go through. I'm going to go through person by person. Just tell us who you are, where you're joining from, and tell us what you're currently crocheting, or tell us what course you're currently working on in the ACA. It's up to you. Just kind of a fun little icebreaker. And just to show you the format, I'll go first. Hello, everyone. I'm Salena, founder, host, lead educator with the ACA. I'm joining from Central Oregon right now. It's we're having nice weather today. So after this chat, I'm going to go enjoy that. And one thing I'm currently working on is downstairs. I did not bring it upstairs because downstairs is more comfortable. But I will show you the yarn that I'm working on or working with. I'm working with this yarn, Heron Colorama Bamboo Blend. I've used it before. I'm doing something that I'm going to wear. So I'll show you later, but it's downstairs. Love this yarn. If you guys have seen it and not tried it yet, I recommend it. I think it's really nice. It's very nice. All right. So that's me. That's who I am, what I'm doing, where I'm at. And now just unless you don't want to be on camera, you can turn your camera off or you can just politely decline. But let's hear from Loops a Latte first. Let me see. I've unmuted you. New technology.
Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I might be in
Fantastic.
between Wi-Fi.
You feel like being on camera, introducing yourself?
Yeah, it's fine. So I'm on my lunch break at work. I am in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My name is Natalie Calzadilla. I did the ACA teacher certificate program. Now I'm a member and I'm doing all the other learning paths and things for fun, just to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. I'm currently teaching one student as like my freebie beta student to get a free testimonial, and it's been really interesting because she's the type that needs to stay in level 1 for a long time. So it's really forced me to think outside of the box when it comes to teaching. So that's been really fun. But anyways, and what I'm working on right now is my first wearable. It's kind of like a granny square sweater. So I'm excited about that. And did I answer all the questions? I'm not sure.
You did. I know. I have a template just in case anybody gets stuck, but it's willy-nilly. It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Sounds good. And I'm going to have to turn my camera off and pretend I'm working at my desk. So I'll be in the background.
Totally get it. All right. Work. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for sharing. It's so good to,
Thanks for having me.
Name. Yeah.
I'm meeting everyone.
Keep us posted if you're in our Facebook community. Let us know how your teaching journey's going. Let us know if you have any questions and share your projects. I want to see that granny sweater.
Yes, sounds good. I will.
All right.
Thanks.
See you next time. All right. And next up, Roberta, you feel like sharing with us today?
Okay. This is the first chance I've got to join in on this. But I'm here in Oklahoma. And it's starting to get back up into the hundreds again. And, but I'm currently working on different items for the state and county fairs that's coming up for our area. And I'm working on a cardigan by Marley Bird.
Love Marley.
So I'm working on one of her sweaters right now.
Nice. Have you ever entered things in the fair before?
I got to last year, and I had done an umbrella, and I got best of show for state with it. And it turned out really pretty. It was a rainbow umbrella, and I'm going to do another one that has skulls and skeletons all over it, and I'm going to put it in as a doily, mounted doily.
Ooh, are you in our Facebook community?
I think I am.
I would love to see pictures of all of these submissions, past and present.
Okay.
Every year I say, I have to remember to enter things in the fair, and I've never done it. So it's always interesting to see who enters things, what they're entering. So I'd love to hear it. Definitely share more with us.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will. I'll put some pictures on there.
Nice. So how are you enjoying the ACA so far?
I've been doing it for a while, the courses, and then I kind of got squirreled in. So I'm making myself get back into it again.
Nice. Well, if you need help, have any questions, need some motivation, you just reach out anytime. I'd love to help.
Right. Well, I teach at our local Votech. I teach crochet there. And I usually have about 8 to sometimes 10 students that take the course. And I've had quite a few of them that do it on a regular basis with me.
Fantastic. How are you enjoying that process?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
I like doing the teaching.
Nice. That's another thing. If you ever want to just share your experience, share some pictures, ask questions, that's what the community's for. So make sure you reach out anytime, even if it's just, hey, this was my class today and this is what we worked on. It's just always fun to see what people are doing. Love to see it.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Roberta. I appreciate it. All right. And last but not least, Amanda Woodbury. We chat all the time, my friend. It's always good to see you.
I know. I love these. This gives me something to look forward to meet other crocheters in the group, and it's just really fun. So I'm glad you do this. This is fun. So
I really enjoy it too. It's good to have you here.
So I'm Amanda Woodbury, and I've taken all the courses possible. Actually, I think I've not done a couple of them that were like, I think it was like a stitch challenge. It was an Afghan that you did, the Afghan, where there's like a bunch of different samples of stitches. I have not done that one. Maybe I should over winter, because it's too hot right now to do a blanket. Yeah, I've taken all the courses and I love all the pro stuff. I did the tier 3. I signed in for the tier 3, so I have access to a lot of stuff. So it's kind of fun poking around and seeing what's there. What I'm working on right now, I don't know why I do this to myself, but I decided I'm going to make a top that is made with lace weight yarn. So
are you following a pattern or are you making this up?
Yes, I'm following a pattern. This is my foundation single crochet. This is how it starts. Like every 10 stitches, I put a stitch marker because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to remember to keep count. It was actually brought to my attention by a kind of student client. So I offer, I put a random ad out one time for crochet tutoring. Like people can hire me for an hour. Like they have a question. Cool. I kind of expected my own personal community to utilize that. Well, apparently I have a random person that popped up and found me. And so I've been working with her and she brought this pattern to my attention. So I've been helping her with this pattern. I was like, you know what? I love this pattern. I'm going to make one too. So it's been helpful because I can help her more. You know, it was pretty easy to digest. But anyway, I also did fair entries.
Did you? What did you enter?
Oh my gosh, I always enter a lot. So I actually did one of the tops, the summer tops, one of the crop tops that you designed. I entered those. And then I had a vintage pixie cap that I designed. I did not write a pattern for that, but I did have fun with that one.
Those are hot. I want to see it. Those are such a trend right now.
So cute. My husband and my kids made fun of me when I put it on, and they said that I look like a gnome. And so that's why I was like, okay, maybe this is just for private consumption.
You never know.
So, and then I did a Tunisian scarf and a Tunisian hat. My first Tunisian hat, I did enter that one as well. So we'll see. I get I haven't decided what day this week I'm going to go and check out my winnings. But
Have you, okay, so you've submitted your fair entries. Have you heard anything yet?
no. The way my county does it is they don't notify you at all. You just basically, you go in and you enter, and then they will display it and all that stuff, and they do the judging. I think it's either the night of the entries, or it's like the first night of the fair or something like that. I don't know exactly when they do the judging.
Huh.
And then you just basically have to go to the fair, or
To
when you
figure it
pick it up, to go see what you've got. But my county pays out winnings, so I'm like, I'm in. I've made $21 before, so
Hey.
exactly. I'm like, all I gotta do is just show off my stuff. Okay.
Roberta, is that how it works in your, I mean, I imagine every county might be a little different, but is that, what's the process like for you in your county?
Well, you submit all the stuff in, like for instance, on September 2nd, and then they close the building on the 3rd and do all the judging on the 3rd. And then you don't know until you go there. This for the county, but the state will send you an email and let you know if you win anything with state. And with the county, I had made $76 last year, and I was going, yes.
Wow. That's, yeah, okay. So I need to maybe put a notification in my calendar for next year.
Yes, because I've got to get my state stuff entered in by the 15th and what all I'm going to enter in. And then the county, I've got till the 25th of August to get it all entered.
Okay.
So,
I forgot, I guess it didn't occur to me that, I mean, I knew that it was, you could do this locally. I didn't know you could do it at the state level.
mhm.
All right.
And that's where I got my blue ribbon from, was with state.
Oh, see,
And so,
I would love to have a blue ribbon. That would be really precious.
yes.
Okay. I love this topic, and I love that you ladies are in the middle of, fair entries. So you mind if we kind of maybe have some tips for anybody who's interested in maybe doing this next year in the future? Like how, and I'd love to hear from each one of you. I've never done this before, but I imagine things people would want to know is, how do you find out how to enter things? And then what does that process look like for each one of you?
Okay.
Yeah,
Like for
Roberta, you want to
instance,
go first? Yeah.
all right. Like for instance, with me, I belong to a community with the extension, with the county extension office. And that's how you get in with the counties. You go to the county extension's website, and then they have their link on there for you to enter in your fair items. And then if you come in on the day of drop off for the items, they charge you a fee because you didn't register it online free.
Oh, I see.
And so they charge you extra money. And so you got to pay to put your stuff in. and then whenever I got a chance to go to a judge class to be a judge for the county fairs. And I learned so much on how to look for items, look for what the judges are looking for, on how they tell who gets number one or how they base them. And it was really, really an eye opener.
What are some, can you share some things that judges look for when they consider placement?
They look at how the seams are put together. I know how your stitching is, if you're consistent. And then, like, for instance, on the clothing, the sewing part, they look to see if you finished your edges properly. If it was supposed to be interfacing, did you do the interfacing correctly? And I'm going, wow. I knew there was a lot, but I didn't realize how much. Wow. And then they were saying on, like to crochet, they look at how you do your seams.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, is it a trendy project, or is it something that's outdated, and you just did it for the heck of it? But they look at that stuff, and also they look at the colors too. And
really?
I'm going, yes.
Is it kind
because
of subjective, or do they say these colors are in, these are out? And even
They-
trends, I wonder how they decide that.
well, they look at all of they said they look at all the items that's out there, that's being displayed, and then they kind of compare, and they go, okay, yeah, like for instance, purple may be the new color for this year, or teal or something like that. And then they look to see if you kind of use some of those colors. And I'm going, oh, okay.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Okay. I want to hear more about the winning process and the collection process, but I wanted to switch over to Amanda to hear her thoughts on some of what you just discussed first.
So what I do is I've never judged anything, and I just like to go for the fun of it, right? It kind of strokes my crochet ego to see all the blue ribbons. I have won a grand champion once. That was.
Is that better than blue ribbon? I don't.
That was
It is.
the entire.
Wow.
I could have submitted that one. It qualified to submit to our state. Like if you get certain ribbons, then you can qualify for the state. So really small communities. I'm in East Idaho, so it's a lot smaller communities, and so that's kind of how they set it up. For our county fair, it's really tiny. Like I don't even think we have like even 20,000 people that live in our entire county. So it's really tiny. So what I do is I go online and I find out through the community events, like when entries are in, like figure out the dates. And then there's this kind of a shift every year. It's usually the first or second week of August. And then I go in and I pick one from each category. So I know mine is always in the needlework in crochet category. So I'll do I'll do a few pieces of clothing. I'll do like a top and then scarf, hat, my favorite things to make. And then I know that they do kitchen items. So I'll do like a dishcloth or pot holders. This year I'm doing a chicken pot holder, which I think is like they're adorable. I love making them. So I was like, why not? I'll throw in my chicken pot holder this year. And then there's the other category, which is usually like more broad category. That's where I enter my totes in. And the new tote that I just made that I'm waiting to publish this week.
Is that the one that you showed me a picture of?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited about that one. I've been playing with that, with all the different colors for that yarn. So for that tote, it's fun. And then basically, so I just check in like all the categories except for blankets because I don't do blankets. And then I just have to make sure that I can't repeat, because once you enter it in one year, you can't enter the same design, same thing next year. So I kind of have to so I usually take pictures of what I enter. So then like, I'll just, be like, okay, so I did this hat 2 years ago. I can't do this hat again. So I'll just, pick a different hat. I almost did your big brown hat. Almost. But then I was like, actually, I didn't have time to make another one, the bright green one that I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I can't part with this hat for a week. I was like, so I can't turn that in because I can't, then I won't be able to wear it.
I get it.
Time to make a new one yet. So that's kind of the process. And then, we just have to, they'll tell us like what day we come in and pick it up and stuff like that. And
Okay. All right. Before I hear more, I'm going to switch back. Sorry if this format's confusing, but I want to give everybody equal time. So Roberta, I'd love to hear from you again. Okay. So you enter the items. That's your process. What's next? So we'd already talked about how they don't tell you whether or not you won. So you just have to show up, see if you won. But then how long do your items stay there? How much do you make? How do you collect your things? Tell me about the ribbons. Yeah. All that stuff.
Well, like for instance, our county fair is just a week long, and then the state fair is about 15 days, and you can't pick the stuff up until the last day of the fair. And then for the state, they give you 2 days after the fair closes for you to come and pick up. They give you times that you can come pick your stuff up, but you don't get your check until after the fair is all over with. Then it usually takes about a month for them to get it all tallied up, and then they'll send you a check, one lump sum check with all of it. But it's best if you're able to go to the fair, then you can see what you get instead of being surprised when you go pick your stuff up.
It's true.
Because that's what happened with me last year with the state. I didn't get a chance to go at all to the state, but my kids went and they go, Mom, your umbrella got best of show. And I'm like, yes.
Fantastic.
So, and then
Okay.
they found my other items, and I got 5th on my doll, and then I had gotten 3rd on one of my sweaters.
Wow. So your ribbon stays with your project and you get those when you collect them. Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. And then based on what ribbon you got, you're invited to then enter them into state for some of them?
On the county, you can, and because here in Oklahoma, they have the state fair. They do the county fairs usually before the state fair, and they let us bring our stuff that we did for the county fair to the following year. So if I place first at the county fair, then I can take it the following year to the state fair.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like on the baked goods, they are able to take them straight. If they win first at county, they're able to take them straight to the state fair for the baked goods.
That's very interesting.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, I don't think I have any more questions, but do you have anything more to share that you think would be helpful or just that you think is interesting?
Like Amanda said, enter as many items. You can enter in usually one item for each category. And I learned the first, after last year that, and like for instance, on the needlepoint, you can enter in each one of those numbers that's on there. You don't have to say, okay, I'm just entering in one needlepoint item or, one crocheted item. I found out that you can, each one of those numbers is a category.
Oh, there's a question.
No, they
Does
don't have to be.
the pattern have to be your original No. Do you
Nope.
have to? Let me think about that for a minute. Does it specify that what information do you have to provide, or do you have to provide anything?
No. You just put what name it is and the yarn. And that was it.
Wow.
All I have to do is type in, and I have to put in what type of category it is. So if it's like clothing, kitchen item, blanket, whatever, and then and then that's it, and then my name, and then I hide the name, it folds up or whatever. For me though, because this year I did Tunisian crochet, and both of my hat looks knit. I did the knit stitch with the hat. And so I put in there, like in its subcategory, I wrote Tunisian crochet because I was like, I don't want this to get judged against the amazing, because there were already some entries, and I saw some of the knit ones, and I was like, I do not want to be judged with the knitters. Their stuff was amazing. There wasn't very much crochet, so I'm kind of hopeful that. Although I don't empty myself out though, because that would be hilarious. But.
Amanda, do you want to share more of the ending part of that process, especially if it differs from anything that Roberta shared?
Yeah, it's really simple. You just have to wait the next day after the end of the fair, and then they tell you like the time frame. It's usually like 10 to 2, so it's like in the middle of the afternoon. And you just go and you pick up your items, and then you take them to whoever's the person that's in control or taking care of everything. And we actually get a cash payout. So, and then, they'll tell you if you do have, what's our best in show or our grand champion, they will tell you if you qualify to take it to state, and then you can choose to enter it into state or not. I've never entered anything in the state. I'm too afraid. I'm like, that would be such a big competition that I'm like, I'm too afraid to, because there are amazing crocheters around here.
Well, you're one of them, Amanda. You never know, you know?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. If I get it, I'll say, if I get a grand champion this time, then I'll look into it.
It's definitely worth going to state.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you've got everybody that you're competing with.
So all the best from all the counties, I guess, go to state then.
Well, now it's called open class. And so like a lot of my stuff, I don't enter in county, I enter it straight into state.
There you go, Amanda.
Well, we'll see. Updated.
There you go. You never know. Well, this is inspiring. This is very inspiring. What I'm going to do, let me know if I'm wrong. And this is my suggestion for everybody else who's interested in entering in the fair. See what the time frame is for this season, maybe, and then mark your calendar for next season. And that way you're prepared in advance. You're thinking ahead to what categories you're going to submit for. I love all the tips Roberta gave about colors and trends and categories. So just some things to think about. That way, I guess you're not just, that way people can't just go to the thrift store and find something and go, well, I'm just going to enter this in the fair. I always wondered about that a little bit, and then also I think it's helpful to know that you can't enter the same thing every year. You get one shot. I didn't know that. So that's helpful.
And then also your stuff has to be made after the fair for that year. Like for instance, the fair here ends September 22nd for the state. Whatever you enter in the following year has to be made after the fair. It has to be made within that year.
Within that, okay, that makes sense. How? I mean, I guess it's a little bit of an honor system, but I think there's some things you can tell. You can look at it and go, your grandma made this in the 60s. What do you?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That makes sense. So, okay, I guess perceivably it has to, that is the rule, but it is maybe their perception on that. Oh, that's so interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna get up to speed on how it works in my local area. These were some amazing tips. This wasn't even on my agenda today, but this is another reason I love just kind of having these open community conversations. So thank you, ladies. And I hope that you both, anyone watching, even on the replay, I hope both of you ladies share pictures and maybe just a little bit more about this process for yourself, because I wonder how many more people are either doing this and not sharing, or wanting to do this, but just aren't really sure how to move forward. So I think it could be really fun. So I hope you do that. All right. Any other parting words from anyone? Questions, comments, feedback, anything?
I want to see if anybody else is doing stuff in the fair. So the community, if people want to share their fair and I would love to see.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the umbrella. I'm so excited to see that. And Amanda, I want to see more things. Like you said, you didn't enter your new bag, or you did?
No, I did. I did enter my new bag.
You got to share that with us. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's it for this session. This was a lot of fun for me. I really appreciate everybody coming on over and having a conversation. Thanks so much for joining today's meetup. Really, I just want to connect with everyone. I hope everyone feels like they're connecting too. And again, if you guys need help, have any questions, concerns, feedback, any conversations you want to have, you can post them right here live or replay, or you can email me directly anytime. Thanks again, everybody who joined. It was so nice to have this conversation, and peace, love, crochet, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.